Hi, I'm David,
And I'm Melissa.
and we're your neighborhood realtors.
We're your neighbors here in Southeast Fresno.
And we happen to be realtors who specialize in Southeast Fresno.
As we've been focusing in on this area for a little over 2 years, we've also been providing quarterly updates to our immediate neighborhood on how the market is going and comparing our neighborhood to the surrounding zip code.
And as we share this on the Nextdoor app, we're realizing we're also connecting with several of the surrounding neighborhoods as well. So we want to start providing the same quality information for those particular neighborhoods. And today's blog is going to be a little bit longer than typical because we want to give you a good foundation of information about your neighborhood. We want to give you a strong history so you understand where you're at today and where you're going in the future. Hope you enjoy. Today we'll be providing information on the Centex neighborhood off of Hamilton in between Fowler and Armstrong. So about a year and a half ago we started a quarterly update for our neighborhood. Our neighborhood is the red one on the screen, which we refer to as Beezer-Lennar neighborhood. And in doing so, we realized we're reaching the surrounding neighbors as well. So we wanted to start focusing on a couple of the other surrounding neighborhoods. And this was in our long-term plan, so it's kind of convenient that it's already reaching out to you guys. So we break it down into 4 different sections. The Beezer-Lennar, which is our current neighborhood, the DR Lennar neighborhood, as well as the Centex in the green and the Centex in orange. And the orange is a new construction neighborhood, which we won't start doing blogs on for probably another 6 months or so. We want to let this neighborhood get completed first.
So the big reason we wanted to follow the surrounding areas is because essentially they should all have very similar values, especially when comparing similar sized homes. And until recently, that really hasn't been the case.
In order to better explain this, we put together this graph for you. And this is a breakdown of all 3 neighborhoods from 2005 to current day. This is average sales price for homes that are 1,900 square feet in each individual neighborhood. As you'll notice, in 2005, both the Beezer-Lennar as well as the Centex neighborhood were in full swing of being built. They were selling for an astronomical price. Centex averaged $350,000 in 2006, where Beezer was above $300,000 as well. And then the bubble popped, and the floor collapsed, and everything went with it. Now, the DR Lennar neighborhood didn't really start being built until 2008. Yes, there are quite a few homes in the neighborhood that were built before then. However, most of those homes built in the 2005-2006 range actually didn't sell for the first time until 2009-2010 as bank-owned properties. Now, what really causes a huge separation here is the Centex and Beezer-Lennar neighborhoods both were sold out in the mid to early 2000s. And as a result, 65% of these neighborhoods either foreclosed or were short sales, which drove down the price dramatically. Now, the DR Lennar neighborhood was simply new construction, so you'll notice that it's a lot flatter price because the builder was controlling it. And then once they were completed in 2014, they didn't really have anywhere to go because the surrounding neighborhoods were substantially less for similar sized properties built within 5-10 years of the most recent homes built. And it took another 2 years for the surrounding market to catch up to the DR Lennar neighborhood, and that's where we're at now. We're finally at an even keel price range across the 3 neighbors. So now that we've established that the 3 neighborhoods are relatively similar in price range now and comparable, we can do a generic synopsis of what's controlling the markets in our area. And the biggest variable right now is the difference between the smaller homes and the bigger homes. And what I mean by that is the smaller homes today are selling for a very strong price and have seen a great appreciation over the last 4 or 5 years. And they are continually growing and growing and growing and pushing the boundaries of what the bigger homes are selling for. Now, where this becomes dangerous is the smaller homes can't sell for more consistently than a bigger home. It's just the market will not allow it, appraiser will not allow it. And the issue we're running into is the smaller homes made up a majority of the foreclosed and short sold properties. So these owners who are owning them now are more willing to sell them than the bigger homes. And because the inventory of bigger homes hasn't really been established in our area, these homes haven't been selling. And because of that, the prices are still at about a 2014 to 2015 price range. They really haven't continually grown like the smaller homes.
So now that we've discussed the smaller and the larger homes, we want to define those just a little bit better. So the larger homes is going to be something that's commonly known as a trade-up home. It's going to be something that's 2,000 square feet or larger, and normally the buyer's going to already be a homeowner. They've outgrown their current home, and they're looking to trade into a larger home, normally due to expanding or growing family. Now the smaller homes are commonly going to be known as a starter home. And most of the time that's going to be a first-time home buyer, and the home's going to be under 2,000 square feet. And they're more than likely going to be using an FHA loan, so they need to be within the guidelines of a purchase price of $292,000 or less. So according to the National Association of Realtors, 2017 is really going to be driven by two major buying forces, and they're both going to be targeting those starter homes. First is going to be the millennials. They're finally ready to get out of their apartment or their parents' house and buy their own first home. They're more than likely going to be using an FHA loan, so again, they're targeting a home with a purchase price of $292,000 or less. Now, the second buying force, which is also a huge chunk of buyers, is going to be the baby boomers. Now that the millennials have finally moved out of their home, there is way too much home for them to take care of. They're tired of doing all the yard work. They don't need a 2,000 to 3,000 square foot home for two people. So now they're looking for their retirement/forever home, which more than likely is going to again fall into that starter home as far as size and price. Why have a larger mortgage when there's less people living there? So that's why we're seeing a really large push again in the smaller homes, because there's a much larger buying force for these smaller homes than the larger ones.
So this next slide breaks down what percent of each neighborhood is a trade-up home and what percent is a starter home. So as you can see, the Beazer-Lennar neighborhood only is made up of 37% trade-up, which means a majority of the homes in this neighborhood are starter homes, where the D.R. Lennar neighborhood is 50% trade-up, which means this is a trade-up neighborhood. It's focused on trade-up size homes. Centex is 45%, which means that it's a pretty balanced, a little bit in favor of the starter homes. But the D.R. Lennar neighborhood is the most important neighborhood in our surrounding area to control and grow the trade-up market, which if D.R. Lennar neighborhood continues to grow and gets a good strong appreciation this year going into next year, the surrounding neighborhoods will as well.
Now today we'll be focusing in on this green area here. It was built by one builder, Centex, and they built 9 models here in the mid-2000s when they were building out this neighborhood. Now you can see there's also a new construction area over here. Now this is different than the Centex new construction. This is actually a little bit smaller local builder that's based out of Visalia, and the homes that they're building are actually a little bit more custom compared to the surrounding neighborhoods. So again, we won't be focusing on that until it's completely sold out.
Now before we break down each individual model and give you the values for each home, we'd like to give you a brief price history of the all-time sales price for resale homes in this neighborhood. Now resale homes are homes that somebody has physically lived in before the last sale. Now you'll notice right off the bat there is a quick valley between the first and second smallest homes. The 1445 model does have 3 recent sales, where the 1691 square foot model hasn't sold since 2015. This is why you see the quick valley. And then Again, you see another valley at the 2242 square foot model. And this again, nothing sold since 2015. And then you see a nice flat line at the top at about $285,000 to $286,000. And this is due to a couple different reasons. One is the 2407 square foot model just recently sold last month for $286,000. It actually set an all-time resale high since 2008. And then the next couple of models have had one or two sell in 2015 and 2016.
So now we're going to start the breakdown for you of the size and value of the homes. Now this is pretty simple actually for this neighborhood because there are current models being built by Centex very nearby, and you really want to price your home right about the same or a little below what the base price of the similar sized home is selling for. Again, that creates value in the eyes of the buyer, and you don't want to outprice yourself and try and sell for more than the new construction because likely your home will sit. So the first home that we have here is the 1445 square foot home. We're seeing that value come in at $235,000 with some strong recent sales. Now the comparison in the new homes in the construction site nearby is $1,492. That's the smallest square foot home, and its base price is listed at $235,990. So again, pretty similar, just a little bit below what the new construction is priced at.
Now the next model we're going to be focusing on is the 1691 square foot model. We're putting a conservative value on this property at $245,000. And the reason why this number is conservative is because no home of this size has sold since 2016. Now Centex is offering a 1728 square foot model that's also single story for $251,900. So this value here is about $6,000 less, which makes it a little bit more attractive. Now that being said, in the surrounding neighborhoods, this size home is going for about $250,000. So $250,000 might be a reasonable price. $245,000 is a safe number as of today.
The size home we're going to look at is the 1826 model. Now that one we're giving an estimate of around $255,000. We're estimating this value because nothing for this size has sold since last summer. So we are seeing a little bit lower comp since it was from a year ago. So we're estimating $255,000. Now there's nothing really comparable to help us set the price in the new construction of Centex. The next model size up is actually 1900 and it's a two-story. Now single stories are usually going to be a little bit stronger in value since there are more buyers for a single story. Now, if you are looking to refinance in this size home, the price might also be a little bit higher because we have seen higher prices for this size in the surrounding neighborhoods. So there are some decent appraisals to back up that value being a little bit higher than $255,000, but for selling purposes, $255,000 we feel like is a good, strong number to start at.
The next model is going to be the 1968 square foot model. This home's value is going to be about $260,000 to $265,000. Now the $265,000 is what it will appraise for comfortably. The $260,000 is a good market value for this home. And the reason for that is this size home at that price range is the most competitive buyer's market out there right now. Homes that I've recently shown to clients in your neighborhood for this size that were listed at that $260,000 price range are seeing 5 to 10 offers all over asking, which is putting the seller in a position to reject offers over asking price and letting the market drive the price up. Not an appraiser, not home valuations, but the actual buyers bid on the home and select the best offer possible.
So the next home here is the 2242 square foot model. Now this one is a little tricky So it does have a recent sale from last year of about $250, which is pretty low for this size. There is, though, however, an all-time high back from 2015, which is higher than the $250 it sold for last year. So comparing not only what the homes that are smaller and bigger are selling for, we're also comparing again to the new construction of Centex. We're putting an estimate of around $280 because there is a two-story similar size model for sale in the new construction Centex. It's 2195 square feet and its base price is $280,990. So with this model being a hair bigger than the new construction, we're comfortable with the $280 price, not only based on the new construction, but also compared to the surrounding neighborhoods. We've actually seen homes right around in that 2,200 square foot sell for around $280 that were actually foreclosures. And foreclosures traditionally are going to sell for less. So if it's a traditional resale of a home, we're very comfortable that $280 would be a good price to start at for this model.
The next model is the 2407 square foot model, and we're putting a value of $285,000 plus. And the reason for the plus is this model has seen a recent sale actually last month in March for $286,000. And it sold for $286,000 after being listed for $284,000 in 6 days, which means it is a strong price for the buyers out there right now. It's attractive. And the surrounding competition, this is a great value buy right now, which is a good sign for this neighborhood. It means this home, as well as the homes that are bigger, are ample for some growth. It's a little past due. It's about a year or two past due, but the market is showing that these homes are going to go up in price. The new construction Centex, a similar model that is a single story, is selling for $300,990. So even though the market and the current values is $15,000 less than what Centex is selling for, a two-story home is always going to sell for less than a single story. So this $285,000 plus is a reasonable price. You can push the envelope and you probably can get up to $290 today with a goal of shooting over $300 by the end of the year. Go.
So the next size home is the 2648 square foot model home. Now we're putting a conservative estimate of $290,000 on that model. Now we're estimating this value because there hasn't been a sale of this model home since May of 2015. So that value really isn't very helpful to giving us the current market value. So again, we're comparing to the smaller, the larger, and the surrounding areas to give us this estimate of $290,000.
Now moving on to the 2870 square foot model, we're also giving a conservative value on this home at $295,000. Now this is based off of a most recent sale of last summer for $285,000. Combine that with what the surrounding areas are doing and generating a trend line based on what we know homes are selling for on the smaller level and size in this neighborhood.
So the last size home here is the 3,010 square foot home. Now we have a very conservative estimate on this home of $300,000. Now the reason again for the estimate is there's not really a good comp for this home. The last model that sold in this neighborhood of this size was January of 2016, so well over a year ago. And the only homes that we can really compare this size to are homes that are currently for sale in this same exact neighborhood that have been on the market for some time. Now these three homes that are the same size as this model that have been on the market for some time are all priced well above the $300,000. So although a realistic price may be closer to $315,000, we believe that closer to $300,000 would be a much stronger price to list your home at to really show value if you were looking to sell and sell quickly. So first of all, if you've made it through this video, thank you for your time. We know we can get a little bit long. We really specialize in this area and we have way too much information than we could ever fit into any video.
Yes, especially me. I can talk all day on this type of stuff. I love my numbers. I love this neighborhood. I'm passionate about it, and I love sharing this information. So hopefully we didn't make it too long, but it was good information, and you learned a lot about the market you're in and why you're there.
And our goal, like this with all the rest of our videos, is to really help this area grow. We are invested. We purchased a home here, and we plan on staying for the long haul. We see great value in this neighborhood, in the surrounding neighborhoods, the schools, and just the amount of home you get for the price just can't be beat.
Yes. And if you have any questions, if you're thinking about refinancing, selling, we're here to help, as well as if you just want little helpful tips or have an idea for a video of some form of information that you'd like to know, let us know. We're here to help. We have fun doing this. We love coming up with new ideas to provide you with quality information to help your home experience as well as raise the value of our neighborhood.
Again, we just want to thank you for your time, and we hope to see you on our next video.
Take care.
Bye.
I don't know what to do with my hands, so I keep them.
Wait.
And we're your neighborhood realtors.
Whoa, I just bounced to run the video. Let's try that again.
Okay. All right, hi, I'm David.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're your neighborhood realtors.
I did it again.
I think I'm doing it.
Okay.
I get excited about neighborhood realtors.
Okay.
Hi, I'm David.
Around about why the different neighborhoods have seen such a different variation in pricing over the last few years. He's really excited too.
He's actually making fun of us because this video is actually about an hour and a half long, but we've condensed it down to the 20-25 minutes it is. Our friends and family and clients.
He was over
We're going to be focused on the neighborhoods south of Hamilton in between Armstrong and Temperance.
These homes are mainly D.R. Horton and then
over?
I don't know. We were both like,
do I talk? There's Fresno, and I already have screwed this up. So let's keep talking and make noises because that's what we're good at doing.
stop.
Hi, I'm David.
Wait.
Hi, I'm David.
Wait.
Hi, I'm David. Hi, I'm David.
No, do it again. I had my eyes closed.
Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Melissa.
And we're specialized in Southeast. Hi, I'm David.
On current market trends and how our neighborhoods are comparing to the rest of us. Sorry, I was so good until I said the rest of